I never thought that in the middle of a crowded local train, during an ordinary rush hour, something would happen that would completely change my life. Yes, change my life. Because what started as a small moment in a noisy railway station turned into a love story I never saw coming. And by the end of this story, you'll understand why sometimes the busiest places hide the most unexpected emotions. So stay with me till the end. That evening, I was running late from work. I rushed toward the last local train, pushing through the crowd. It was so packed that there was barely space to stand. In the chaos, the files in my hand slipped and fell to the ground. Before I could bend down, someone picked them up and said with a playful smile, "If you run like that, your heart will reach before the train does." I looked up and saw a boy with the most careless, boyish grin. I should have been annoyed, but instead I smiled. If you believe unexpected moments can turn into unforgettable stories, take a second to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, share this video as much as possible so everyone can hear about how love sometimes finds us when we least expect it. Now let's continue. After that day, we started seeing each other almost every evening. Same train, same coach, almost the same time. At first, it was just silent smiles, then small talk, then longer conversations. His name was Arian. He used to say, "The bigger the city, the lonelier the people." I would reply, "You only become strong when you learn how to live with loneliness." We were both busy with our careers. I worked at a publishing company, and he was part of a startup. Our dreams were different, but our fears were the same. Failure, disappointing our families, and waiting too long to express what we truly felt. Then one day, he didn't show up. I thought he was busy. The next day, nothing. The third day, still nothing. That's when I realized how quickly a habit can become something you actually need. The train was just as crowded, but it felt strangely empty. A week later, while I was standing on the platform, I suddenly heard a familiar voice behind me. "Did you miss me?" Turned around. It was Arian. I tried to sound calm and said, "Not really. The train was running just fine." He laughed and then told me something unexpected. He had quit his job. He had received an offer in another city and would be leaving the following week. The moment felt heavy. He looked at me and said, "You've become the most beautiful part of my daily routine. I don't know if this is love, but I know this city won't feel the same without you." The train was pulling into the station. I knew if I stayed silent now, I might regret it forever. So I said softly, "Not every relationship survives in the same city. Some survive distance, if both people are willing to try." He paused and asked, "Would you try?" I smiled and replied, "Only if you do too." That was the beginning of our long-distance journey. It wasn't easy. Late-night calls, mismatched schedules, small misunderstandings, but there was trust, and sometimes trust is stronger than proximity. A year later, one evening, I was standing on that same platform again. Suddenly, I heard that familiar voice. "Is this city still lonely?" I turned around. Arian was back. This time, not because of a job offer, but because of a choice. He looked at me and said, "I realize dreams aren't just about career. They're about the person you imagine your future with." I smiled and said, "Then don't miss the train this time." He replied, "I'm not going anywhere." And that's how a crowded train, a fallen file, and one unexpected smile turned into something real. Because love doesn't always begin with grand promises. Sometimes it begins with a simple moment and survives because two people decide to hold on.